markets are in turmoil. Everything is shifting. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to get wiped out. This is about the greatest bubble. And for those of you with a 401k or hoping for retirement or playing golf for the rest of your life, you better pay attention. Because I think, and a lot of other people think, the biggest stock market crash is on us now. What is going on in the world right now has never happened in the history of the world. I mean, I knew our leaders were screwed up, but not this screwed up. So the crash is bigger than I thought. So in March of 2020 was the biggest crash in world history of the stock market, but nobody knows anything about it because everybody's quarantined at home. So people are missing out on one of the biggest catastrophic cash heists in the history of the world. They don't even know what's happening. Now, the good news is I'm going to make a fortune. This is the best time if you're ready for it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, today, we saw a shocking development in the world of the Bitcoin maxis as New York passed a bill cracking down on Bitcoin mining. Sometimes what people don't understand is that there's Bitcoin maxis now, but we have an XRP destiny. Instead of arguing with the maxis about their technology being inferior, why don't we just invest in the damn tech that we know is going to be better and revolutionize the world in seconds and just for pennies, and then throw some money off of our yachts like the Wolf of Wall Street so that we can donate to the Maxis McDonald's application fund? Don't argue with people to try and convince them of your destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not try and wake up the sheep. We're only trying to wake up the other permabulls. We are the XRP army. And slowly but surely we're waking the world up to the XRP destiny. You see, remember the other day when Chris Larson stated explicitly to try and change the code for Bitcoin to proof of stake, get rid of mining, make the tech better. The maxis argued they didn't want to listen. The World Economic Forum echoed Chris Larson's stance. And now, with the climate change agenda full-fledged in America and across the world, the maxis are going to have to eat it. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not opposed to Bitcoin's success. Hell, after Bitcoin crashes to sub 15K, I'm going to buy up a hell of a lot of Bitcoin because I think it'll reach $1 million by the year 2030. But the issue is, it's not what's going to make us the most money now. Let me make myself clear, guys. It's looking more and more every single day like we are in a Bitcoin bear market. But what I want to point out to all of you is that the DXY, it has retraced quite a bit. And with all the bearish sentiment in the market even till this day, I think this is going to allow for the crypto market to have one last upswing before the greatest financial catastrophe in human history. Ladies and gentlemen, let me make myself very clear. I am so bullish on crypto, specifically all the altcoins we own. One, because we've already seen an 80% crash across the board for all of them. Two, we still have extreme fear in the market. Three, we have Wall Street level entry points. And four, we have numerous other factors at play that could make it a bullish environment for crypto without Bitcoin having to be the leader. ETH 2.0, the merge for Ethereum will be massive. The XRP lawsuit ending will be absolutely massive. And these two different scenarios were not around in the past to help propel the crypto market forward. Keep that in mind as I also show you this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the Bank of America. Bull and bear indicator hits 0.6, one of the lowest prints on record. And unless the Federal Reserve quietly launches a complete nuke at the United States, a big bear market rally is coming. So what exactly does this chart represent? This 0.6, this shows that it is extremely bearish in the eyes of the retail investor. It shows that there is extreme fear. And that means it is the best buying opportunity out there right now. That's why I accumulated during the recent capitulative dip. And that's why I'm still holding and not panicking and screaming bear market yet. This was definitely a bearish downturn, but I don't think the market is over. In addition, on the opposite side of the chart, this is when retail investors and market sentiment is extremely bullish. And that is where I'll be taking life-changing profits, my friends. Don't get it twisted. We're contrarian investors. We're absolute savages. I think personally I'm the only bull left standing. And I was having a conversation the other day. I was saying, man, we're some bad motherfuckers investing in this crypto market right now. My friend said to me, he said, yeah, but it doesn't matter. There's always going to be someone better. And I said, fuck that shit. Somebody's got to be the baddest. I believe these are the moments right now that will define legacies. And you better believe I'm going to cement my legacy into the new 1%. And I'll make sure every single one of you that choose to follow me get in there as well. We're being godfathered into the new 1%. And there's not much time left to cement your place. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's pivot our attention back to XRP real quickly. From Jeff Roberts. He wrote that agency turnover in the SEC is normal, but not to this degree. Ex-staffers have told me Gensler treats the SEC entirely as a vehicle for his personal ambitions and drives out anyone who disagrees. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something echoed on Fox Business by Charles Gasparino, Fox Business anchor that's been in the front lines of this XRP case. And I want you all to listen to what he has to say because it's instrumental as far as the future of this SEC case is concerned. Please take a listen.
That under Gensler, and we're getting this from multiple sources inside the SEC. These are people that are staff attorneys, they work in the enforcement division and elsewhere. And it's not just the union that's chafing under him. It's the attorneys, the people that run the place are chafing. They're saying that his management style, brusque, demanding, unflinching. His workload, I mean, he's doing everything from cracking down on crypto to ESG to you name it. This has a very expansive regulatory agenda that this is leading to massive amounts of departures, even more so than in the past. We understand that 3 left today. We should point out that, so these are 3 pretty senior people. Christina Littman, head of the cyber unit. That's pretty big within the enforcement division. Jennifer Lite, associate director of enforcement, and Adam Adderton, co-chief of asset management enforcement. Again, for we understand, more than a dozen have departed since Gensler's appointment. And I'll tell you, I've covered SEC chiefs for years. I've seen really demanding ones. I've covered Arthur Levitt. I covered even Richard Breedenbach. Shows you how old I am.
Harvey Pitt.
Harvey Pitt.
Chris Cox.
Chris Cox. You just did not see this level of turnover, this level of, I don't want to work for this guy. And it's not just the top. It's pervasive. Again, he's got massive problems with the SEC union. They're rebelling over all sorts of stuff involving their workload. Now he's got issues with people that are, the core people at the SEC, these staff attorneys who are leaving left and right. The latest 3 we just pointed out. And again, you got to ask yourself, why under him and not under Jay Clayton? Why under him and not Mary Jo White was no wimp. Remember, she was the SEC chief under Obama. She was no one to mess with, but people weren't looking for the door.
But is unflinching bad, Charlie? Don't you need a tough person?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, when does tough, demanding become abusive, and we just don't like working for?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think the question Charles Gasparino posed is a good one. I think it's very telling that SEC officials and high-level staff have been exiting ever since Gary Gensler has taken office. They do not respect him or what he is standing for. His political and career gain is at center stage right now. And I believe this Ripple SEC case will be at the heart of why he fails. Ladies and gentlemen, something massive that is also at play here is that this Ripple case, believe it or not, massive decisions will be made in November. And that just so happens to be the time after these midterm elections. And I think there's going to be a massive power struggle afterwards. Let's see if Gary Gensler even gets to stick around till the end of his term. Personally speaking, I'm getting skeptical. But right now, all I have to say is, it's very telling to see what's going on behind the scenes hit center stage. Nobody believes in Gary. And I think Gary, you're in trouble, Gary. And I think a big part of it has to do with the corruption and the way that the SEC is trying to hide all of their mismanagement, specifically with this Ripple case. Ripple's going to end up being a unicorn of a dominant company down the road. And the SEC can't even settle. They can't even make some money. They're just going to end up looking really, really bad. Now, while all of this is going on, I'm going to play you this clip from Crypto Eddie talking about the focus being Ripple and XRP's on the main liquidity volume. They continue to grow despite being sued. And it's because everyone knows how powerful they are, and nobody cares. Please take a listen.
This is a competitive game, and we're clearly not the only people thinking about how you move money across borders faster, more efficiently. One thing we're very focused on is that it has taken a long time and a lot of work to put together the network that we have. And because we've done it the right way, we've chosen the right partners in the right markets that are trusted partners, that are well respected, on the right side of the authorities, AML, KYC, everything taken care of. And so you can't put that together overnight and offer a global product with payout in 70 plus countries just because you're flipping on a switch somewhere. And so I do think that's a competitive advantage. It's up to us to make sure that we're taking people on the journey of adoption as fast as possible. And so our biggest focus as a company around the RippleNet business is this OKR of volume. And we need to be driving volume of ODL through the system and opening new corridors, new countries. And one of the ways you do that, by the way, Zach, which we've not talked a lot about, is just the regulatory push around. We talked about Singapore as a good example of a place that's doing it right, but we also need to be everywhere in the world in the dialogue with regulators, educating, leaning forward, making sure they understand why this should be beneficial to them and their economies and ultimately their people. And if we can open up more markets, certainly this volume number, continues to go the right way.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all got that. Ripple and XRP have been building this the right way, in a regulatory compliant way. Slow and steady wins the race. Delayed gratification is what always wins. And trust me, XRP has made us have to wait for it. But now, to cap off this video for today, I want to share this thread by Wrath of Kahneman, exposing the biggest form of utility I see coming in the not too distant future for Ripple and XRP, and that's Ripple's Liquidity Hub. And this explains exactly what this Liquidity Hub is. First of all, what is the Liquidity Hub? In short, it's a one-stop shop for enterprises to source crypto. RippleNet's Ashish Burla compares it to Kayak or Google Flights, websites that pull available flights to get the best deal. Instead of tickets though, imagine crypto. Now you guys may be wondering why not use an OTC desk or maybe an exchange. It's risky to only have a single supplier. Will there be enough liquidity? Will they charge a premium as the only source? Would you trust your ETF supply to Coinbase or Binance in a run? And the demand is global, spanning many different regulations. Remember what a pain KYC and AML was signing up for your first exchange. Imagine signing up with 50 different exchanges across multiple borders, multiple assets, and billions of dollars. Ripple's Liquidity Hub eliminates all that hassle by gathering the assets from multiple sources and presenting them in a unified interface. Not only that, but the ability to compare the different sources. You can see where to get the best price. The Liquidity Hub is more composable and reliable than just one source. Imagine getting 40% of your order from an OTC desk A and the remaining 60% from desk B. Let the computer work out the cheapest options for you. It solves some custody issues and in the future even will allow for staking. Now imagine when the Liquidity Hub brings you results from DEXs too. Imagine integrated DeFi, all of it automated, aggregated, and neatly vetted for your shopping ease. No pre-funding is required. Ripple will even front you the credit. Oh, have we forgotten about Ripple's lines of credit? You better not have. The Liquidity Hub isn't just a bolt-on service either, just some extra. It is the fruit of running an XRP-focused Liquidity Hub ODL for some time now. It is tested and proven, and importantly, it indicates how Ripple itself has been evolving. You see, initially Ripple signed companies to bilateral agreements with each place you sent to, point to point. Now, we can see better parts of ODL's innovation, and that was creating a one-stop shop to source liquidity. Before you signed to move money to a partner in another country, now you sign because they can offer you new partnerships in other countries too, all behind one interface. And what'll happen down the road? In the future, they told us at Swell that every customer will join RippleNet with the same base service and a wallet designed to support both crypto and fiat. One wallet, one interface, one company, routing a myriad of assets. This is important framing to understand the recent webpage makeover of Ripple.com too. Remember, they changed their website, guys. Now we're greeted by business impact powered by crypto and 3 products: cross-border payments, crypto liquidity, and central bank digital currencies. Sidechains Liquidity Hub, on-demand liquidity. With one Ripple wallet, enterprises can source anything that can be tokenized: fiat, crypto, deeds, stocks, and now even carbon credits all in one place. This is what crypto has talked about forever. And now it's in a regulated, secure, and reliable interface for popular use. That is why whenever people get bearish on the crypto market, I tell them to realize how important this case as a catalyst for the entire crypto bull run will be, and how XRP will lead the way. Again, they've been telling us all along. We just lacked the context. Ripple is preparing for a tokenized future, an internet of value. Notice all the Liquidity Hub press has seemingly mentioned NFTs. What better way to tokenize value than with NFTs on the XRP ledger? XLS20, my friends. We're on standby. So the evolution of Ripple looks something like this. Start with cross-border payments, then on to on-demand liquidity. Liquidity Hub, one wallet to rule them all. And Wrath of Kahneman has actually cut that list short. I could get into Codius. I could get into Flare Network. I could get into private ledgers. I could get into central bank digital currencies. But just this alone, that's just been mentioned now, is enough to send XRP into the stratosphere. So the Liquidity Hub doesn't run on XRP. But the Liquidity Hub doesn't power cross-border payments either. It just finds cryptos. On-demand liquidity requires XRP, which is still the cheapest, most robust settlement around, and Ripple still holds 45 billion on the books. So with the webpage as a guide, there are 3 XRP opportunities at Ripple right now. We have mentioned them before: crypto liquidity, CBDCs, and cross-border payments. And in the big picture, they have multiple investments in tokenization projects and Ripple X2. In a tokenized future, will everything be tokenized on? You can do it on the XRP ledger right now, or wait a few months to use the new NFT protocol XLS20. Then consider what happens as CBDCs and the like are built on XRPL sidechains. It will always be cheaper and easier to use the XRP ledger between walled gardens when appropriate. And here was an interview with Brad Garlinghouse talking about CBDCs and Ripple. Ripple had partnered with several central banks around the world. Some we've announced, and many others have not been announced yet. Ripple's Liquidity Hub and everything else they're building is a one-stop shop for enterprises to source digital assets. And it's also a milestone for understanding how Ripple is evolving towards a tokenized future in which the XRP ledger can also excel. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you understand why you should not crack, break, or even consider selling any of your tokens, and why you are in the right place at the right time, I hope you all have the confidence to continue to hold strong to your assets because you hold the correct answers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.